Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go, and we have some very interesting news and every interesting aspect here I want to line up and put together under the banner of why this potential in the space for Bitcoin, for altcoins, especially for Ecomi and Veve NFTs is so big. Why this potential is way bigger than it seems right now in this bear market, as it has been already before, and why now is the time for exactly these applications like Ecomi and Veve. We have all of these topics, and if you are watching this video after, or this live stream after as a video, then check out the description if the timestamps are already there. Sometimes it takes a while, and we are going to jump in the topics right after the intro. So, good morning, everyone. I hope you are doing all right. We have the Green Lantern from Heidelberg, aka Dr. Knut. And we have G-Money bringing us sun, coffee, a gun, and a rally. I hope this interpretation was right. Guys, please make sure to smash up the like button as hard as you can, and bring this stream out to more people. Every single like will basically show it to several people so that more people can come in. Also, if you want, share it in whatever groups, like Telegram group or whatever. That also helps. Yeah, and be subscribed, notifications on if you don't want to miss the streams anymore. And with that out of the way, let's jump right in. So I have been traveling the last 2 days. Unfortunately, that comes when you have a job where you have to travel a lot. Green Lantern says, done. Thank you, man. That is good. Yeah, and due to this traveling, you are in some hotel, and then the internet is that you cannot load a page clean, and then you already know, damn, probably I'm not going to be able to stream today. But we are back, and we will be back tomorrow as well. So that is good. So let's go into these topics here. So the whole and full potential starts obviously with the macro factors in the space, in our space, but also in the tech space, in the stock space, and so on. And one of these macro factors for our space is this first Bitcoin ETF that could be coming soon, as court rules in favor of the Grayscale over the SEC. So what has happened? Grayscale wanted to convert their Bitcoin trust into a Bitcoin spot NFT and filed for that, and the SEC just rejected that filing and said, no, not going to happen. And they appealed. Grayscale appealed this decision in court, and they won. So the US Court of Appeals for DC Circuit has paved the way for Bitcoin exchange-traded funds. The court sided with Grayscale in a lawsuit against the Securities and Exchange Commission, which had denied the company's application to convert Grayscale Bitcoin Trust to an ETF. Bitcoin, Ether, and other major cap crypto coins surged on the news, and we saw that that was our, not so big pump, but still a couple of percent on Bitcoin, still hundreds of millions of dollars that are pouring into this. So the likelihood of Bitcoin ETF coming over the next 4 to 5 months is way higher now than it was before. Yo, that was quick, guys, from smashing the likes. Now we have 15 people in here. So guys, everyone who is new, also please smash up the like button so that we can get 30 people in here. But anyways, that is happening. GM from GEGF, my chat, oh, there we go. GE from Hawaii, first time catching you live. Usually it's the next day. Appreciate your great videos. You are realistic, and your realistic options on everything. Vivi Gladquill turned me on to you. Oh, thank you very much and welcome, um, Andrew. Sorry for reading out that as if I couldn't read, but I'm still a little bit tired. Yesterday I drove 900 kilometers, I think, in total, all on one seat basically. Felipe says, loaded my coffee, smash the like button, and I'm ready. Leo, let's go. So then we are ready for this one as well, because there are many things that are lining up in the space that are really showing you how this little snowball is starting to turn into that big avalanche that we are having, probably having in the next bull run, right? So Elon Musk's X obtains, formerly called Twitter, obtains required license for crypto payments. So they have been filing in these articles. They always are about Doge because these are the biggest meme communities, right? But Elon Musk wants to build out the Everything app, and the Everything app contains finance and payments, and with his PayPal background, also makes sense to think in that direction, with multiple functionalities, including payment hub processor integrated with microblogging, social network, and tools for building an ecosystem. And part of the work of becoming that payment hub is becoming a crypto, or is being a cryptocurrency friendly place in the United States, and that requires money transmitter licenses. Everyone who is in Vivi for more than a year already remembers that Vivi has also had to acquire money transmitter licenses to be able to pay out, or to have cash out, right? Andrew says, I meant opinions, not options. Okay. So, yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. I appreciate that, and also yes, the coverage by Cavell's account was certainly making some people more aware of my content on my live stream. So I appreciate that as well, and thank Cavell for the coverage there. Mm. Yeah, and ETFs should really make a difference in adoption, absolutely. And so think about this: Twitter is one social media, and they are going to head into this the world where you can be on Twitter and use Twitter for payments, for currency transactions, for maybe purchasing stuff directly on Twitter. We have seen some marketplace integration also, way back when Facebook tried to integrate some things that eBay had. Maybe there could be a place where you have, if you see for example, an NFT, be it on Vivi, on OpenSea, or somewhere else, and you link that NFT into Twitter, that you can directly place an offer for this NFT on Twitter. So this would be just one option, or you can just tip someone of the content creators via cryptocurrency directly on Twitter. And the other side is what Dr. Knut, what Green Lantern says here, is NFTs for Bitcoin are creating the massive pump, right? But think about the next stage. What is the next stage for those NFTs? The next stage is that you can have spot Bitcoin within partial NFTs, like within partial ETFs. Sorry about that. I wanted to say ETF all the time. So for example, you invest in an ETF and only 0.5% of that ETF is spot Bitcoin, and the rest is some tech stocks or something like that. I don't know if this is possible to mix commodities and stocks in an ETF, like Apple, Microsoft, and then for example have gold for 1% in an ETF. But nonetheless, even if it was only crypto ETFs, think about this. Think about a top 100 altcoin ETF. So that would mean that this ETF would put shares of, let's say, for example, 50% Bitcoin, 20% Ethereum, and then the rest of the 30% of that ETF would be spread out through the rest of the top 100 coins. So that person would have an altcoin overweight ETF, right? So let's say Ecomi and some other of your favorite coins are pumping and are in this top 100. Just the moment that they peak into this top 100, they would get this daily, weekly, monthly accumulation from those ETFs, right? Um, I'm also not ready to say X instead of Twitter. Yeah, okay, let's all stick with Twitter and see what happens. Maybe Elon Musk then has to do something. Let's continue to say Twitter and tweet and post. Yeah, I like that idea because X is just it's too short. It doesn't come out fluently, right? So yeah. Okay, so also this here we see the money transmitter licenses from Elon. Um, and here we see Arizona, Georgia, Maryland, Michigan, Missouri, New Hampshire, Rhode Island. I think for other countries, he doesn't even need some of these. He just needs to register as a payment provider in those countries. So we have the yo, Jordan. What is going on, Mr. 220 million Omi? Um, we're just discussing the full potential of Bitcoin ETFs of money transmitter licenses on Elon's platform and so on Twitter. But yeah, this is really bullish, as someone also points out here. We see here sale of checks and money transmitter license, money currency transmitter, right? So they really get it all. So that is big, and shows you what is still to come in the space. So then obviously the cyclical nature, liquidity driven or not, of Bitcoin in itself is a chance, let's say something that we have in front of us. So look at this just simplified chart of overvalued and undervalued. It's basically buy, sell, right? Buy, sell, buy, sell. And we are in buy territory still. So, and what we also can see is that this buy territory can be prolonged, right? So you could extend this box a little bit, and we see until this parabolic run starts, you really can technically start up loading your bags. So I personally said I give myself until the halving to load up my bag so that I'm satisfied with it. We all know that's never going to happen, that we are satisfied with our bags, but and then we come into this run up where we want to sell. And now it seems like, yeah, but everyone is going to sell. No, not everyone is going to sell. Especially because all of this phase that you guys are making right now in this crypto space, you see it in Ecomi, you see it in Veve, you see it with 20 something people here in this live stream, that the rest is not here yet. They are not ready yet. They will see the massive run up and the massive gains and the first people that are buying their Lambos and I don't know what, and showing off their gains, and then they will come in. That's here. This is where they will come in on this part, and that's I mean, if you want to say it brutally, that's the people that are buying your bag. That's just the game, and you at one point, I bet every one of you in the chat, at one point, be it here or here, we've all been making this mistake, or not mistake, but we have all gone through this learning curve of buying the bag of someone who really is up 100x or something like that. Andrew says, have you seen Plan B's latest prediction on the next bull run? He feels like some others that the last bull run got stunted and that we should reach 300k for Bitcoin. Interesting. Yeah, actually, I have said this on my channel as well. I like Plan B's analysis. I think he's in a very broad and big macro. He's very accurate on his prediction. I think we are. We have been held back in this last run. We also see it, right? We see that usually in a full blown run, tops look like this, blow off top, and we have this here. It seems like if someone has just cut off the price action on this, and then we put in a reaction rally as a higher high there, um, because of inflation. So I think you are absolutely on point. I also believe that we should, and this is something, basically the US, the Fed, is forced to bring back quantitative easing at some point, and this quantitative easing is probably going to extend our bull run. I mean, this run up was driven here. This run up was driven by extensive money printing, and then basically we have been capped on the other side by extensive crisis. So Andrew says also, I'm trying to be more realistic at around 150, 180k, but I'm hopeful for more. Yeah, I think that's the best attitude that you can have. You will never know, though. Once I mean, you will see if a top is forming, but then it's time, right? Um, Jordan says, "Did you put the funny sound thing on for donations?" Bullish PH is my favorite. Hey, no, not yet, not yet. This is we will have to work on this. I have to find out first how it works, but we are going to do it. We are going to do it. Somehow I will be able to do it, hopefully. Gflow says, after seeing the staking and potential for OMI, what is your bull market price prediction? Oh, let's come to this when we are looking at the OMI chart, right? But first of all, we need to quickly look at this still. And there's more that is coming under the banner of the full potential of the space after the charts when we are looking at Ecomi and the NFT. So we're not done yet. So this is the 500 chart, so to say, and it's basically saying, let me get my face a little bit more to the right, and you guys, and oh, Mr. Planet Profit is here, by the way. Yeah, with some emojis here for us. So look at this. We have the first 500 days until the halving, yeah, and we see this can be very the price action that you see sometimes, some altcoins going off, like Ecomi, for example, going off by 50, 80, 90%, as we've seen it. That's just in this range of in the first 500 days action. So we see this run up. Maybe our run up until the halving is already over. Maybe we are trickling down here into some direction 20,000 and we are going to have the absolute boredom in front of us. But maybe we are also going to have more upside, one more push into the 40,000 direction, and then going sideways until we hit our parabolic run. Now, when I always see people saying this time is different, then I ask, why do you think it is? Because if we look at the last two cycles, it wasn't, besides some minor swings. And also here we see, if we take the 500 days, really what Andrew just said, here we have the parabolic run and we extend it. And in the last cycle, we had the parabolic run was basically over before that window. So we will see how this plays out, but yeah, we could have earlier profit taking there. I think what will happen is that all of these theories of the last cycle will come back, the super cycle theory and so on. They will all come back and they will all not be true once again, but we will see. Going a little bit quicker now. Also here we have one more, right? Absolute correlation of this 17 bars and then basically 517 days. So it's not only having post-halving rally, but rally at halving. When we look back 17 months before halving, the rally has begun. So we are already in the pre-halving rally, and we should be theoretically, based on all the cycles that we've seen before, head higher into the halving. And there is a good reason for that, because there is an anticipation heading into the halving that the halving from the previous experiences gets priced in. And this, together with stopping rate hikes and quantitative easing at some point, will lead us into this massive rally that is placed here at somewhere around 200,000. This is the target of this specific trader. Guys, 30 people here. Smash up the like button, guys. Awesome. I really appreciate that. It's super exciting to see that more and more people are finding value and are enjoying the live streams here. So let's see how we are doing in the top 200. Ecomi is still up 20% on the week. Mixed signs here. Ecomi is still up 1.3% on the day, as we can see here with a little bubble. We have the Fetch AI, the only one really big in the green. And on the monthly though, if you pull up the monthly, there's only 2 coins that outperform Ecomi in the top 200, and that is Akash Network, and it's only 100 until 200, right? If you look at the top 100 though, we have Rune and Ton, and the rest is just red. And yeah, especially Red Pepe, also here, where some people suspected a rug pull, but was at least an inside scam or something like that from founders. Big J78 says Vivi market is dead since cash out. Fun fact from Vivi feed: 19.6% of the total Vivi market trades were made by one user, Bezogeman. Not good. I'm coming to that right now, or what after the charts. I'm coming to that. Actually, we're going to discuss this because there's more to this. So then yesterday I tweeted out, don't get this wrong, post below is long-term bullish. In the short to mid-term, we see several technical risks as well as potential bad news looming. Fat yellow lines, head and shoulders. So let's look at this quickly, but first of all, the good news from the DXY, because the DXY has been trying to stand up and hit its head very hard at the overhead resistance. And DXY, just for everyone who's here new, is inversely correlated to Bitcoin and tech stocks. So whenever the DXY is going down, as we have seen it right now, we usually, if we are coming down, we usually get a pump out of the crypto space. Yomi, what is going on? Hey, bro. Then we look, obviously we have to look at Bitcoin, and sorry for all of these relatively confusing lines. I don't know why this is still here. This needs to be gone. So we have this little pump, but be aware, and this is really for those of you who are looking to accumulate and so on. Be aware that this pump here. Okay, Trading View doesn't let me draw. 1 second. This pump here is just small, right? If we are in the weekly chart, and I can take this out right now here, I think this was only for the screenshot. But if you're looking at this weekly chart, maybe even without the trend lines, you see that this is really small, and we need to push up here and really retest this mega overhead resistance, which is right at this line here, where this teal line is. I deleted something else that I didn't want to do. Sorry about that, but we need to draw something in here to make this a little bit better. So there we go. So we are not sure yet if Bitcoin will actually be able to put in this higher thing, or if we are done with our pre-halving rally and we are just trickling lower. And what I see right now is if you draw this or if you consider this big resistance line here, is that we are forming this, and this could look like this, right? So yeah, that would be a big move, right? So we we are not sure. We could be coming up bearishly retesting, or we could be coming up and shatter right through at this point in time. So yes, it's really, oh, it could go sideways, it could go up, and it could go down. True, it can. I just want to make you aware that this rally on this Grayscale thing was fairly weak until now. So we need more than that. We need more than that right now. And it seems that the market only accepts one thing, and that is continuation, right? So even though we are extremely bullish on space, we are not yet sure if we will continue lower first to find a new base. However, yeah, and on the weekly we are also not oversold, so there's room for this downturn. Be aware. Short to midterm down doesn't mean that long term isn't bullish up. Hey, Luke, what is going on? Caro, what is going on? Oh my god, guys, 36 people here. Smash the like button once more. Everyone who is new, smash the like, smash the like. Andrew says, yeah, I've been trading on the app and have noticed a significant slowdown in sales. So yeah, let's jump right over the other stuff, because I think today is not so relevant. Let's look quickly at Ecomi. So Ecomi is still coming in with the retracement here, which was expected, to be honest. If we look at this in the weekly chart, and by the way, this is the logarithmic chart, you see we had this falling wedge here and this breakout. So I think we nailed it here with this one, although we weren't sure at the time. So TA is always more fun in the end when you can just say, oh, we were right. But yeah, now we are in this retracement territory for Ecomi. I think what could be happening is that we see one more push up here until we're done, because if you would just take this as a or maybe at the breakout point as a wave 1 and then wave 2, wave 3 long wave, that fits perfectly, and then a wave 5 up here. This could be happening, doesn't have to happen, but it could be happening before a bigger retrace, because wave 3 is usually the longest, never the shortest, as they say. So that is fulfilled here. Volume is going a little bit down, so we could be, I think the most that I expect this to retrace on is like this here, but it can't take out this previous high, otherwise 5 wave is done. So what am I look, maybe, so we have lost this level here, and this level is here. It's not much confluence, but we have lost it. Now we could be bearishly retesting it and come down more for OMI. So there could be more entry options coming if you are patient, but also if you're too patient, the chance could run away from you. So yeah, we need to see, but I can see this. So the deepest retrace I would see would be this, but I don't know if it will happen. Yeah, like 0.007 something is the deepest that I see. Keep in mind that we are severely overbought. We are at 66 still with this retracement, but we have retested this overhead resistance here. So this line, this resistance here, and I think the bottom is in, to be honest. I think the bottom is in here for Ecomi. So Caro says, need big pump, holiday money, karate chop that like button. Yeah, Hulk smash that button, just jump on that button. Hey Marty, what is going on from Los Angeles? Isn't that in the middle of the night? We have 40 people in here. It's getting better and better by the moment, so we really need to get into that good stuff. And there it is. So I've pulled out this one, and I really want to talk this through with you with regards to Ecomi and Veve. So the growth of the global millionaires. So this space is driven by whales. Veve, yes. Ecomi also, we know that there are people that have billions of Ecomi, but also crypto in general, right, is driven by people that have money and that are making more money. And then there are people in the space that are constantly working and putting in the effort, like you guys, that are going to benefit from that uprising and that are also going to make an extreme amount of money because of that. So here we see, Felipe, I'm going to answer that after this. The growth of the global millionaires. So we see here this pyramid of 2012, and we have 2022, so last year, and the millionaires have been growing from 28.5 million millionaires to 59.4 millionaires, so almost 60 million millionaires. That is almost the population of Germany. That is 6 times the population of, I think, Sweden, or 6 times the population of Netherlands, and so on. So we're really, so what you see here, the orange body of that pyramid is the people that have between 1 and 5 million US dollars, and of those we have the most, like 25 to 51, and this is the global number of net worth individuals. So obviously you have some people in there that have a house that's worth, so for example here in Munich, housing prices have been shooting up so much that you, if you have a big house in Munich, you are automatically in this, right? That doesn't mean that you have so much spare money, but a lot of these, but there are 1.9 million millionaires that have 5 to 10 million US dollars. And then there is then there is 1 million that has more than 10 million dollars. That was 2012. Now we have 2.8 million people with over 10 million US dollars, right? So the big question is, what can they do with their money? What are they doing with their money? And if you are just heading out, for example, here in Munich into Maximilianstraße, which is the Maximilian Street, where a lot of boutiques and rich people are hanging out, you see that they're parking their Lamborghinis there. They are heading into the big brand stores and buying unique articles. They are buying art. They are buying stuff to collect and so on. And this is where I'm getting it at with, right? Look, and you can do this for yourself. Look at the maximum supply of whatever collectible you are interested in on Veve, and then make a calculation for how many of these millionaires there is enough. So for how many of these millionaires can get one of these collectibles. For example, if you would just assume the full number of these millionaires fighting over that collectible, and then make the same calculation with only considering that 1% of these millionaires is only interested, for example, in a Marvel comic, or in a Secret Rare Spider-Man, or in a Lions King collectible, or whatever, right? So only take 1% of interested people, then you would still have 1% of 2.8 million is still a lot of millionaires that could be interested in a specific collectible. So if you put bear market scarcity against only million, and not even talking about real retail money, only talking about millionaires, which we have in the space, in the NFT space, we have seen more. So let's say 2.8 million, 10 million plus millionaires, plus 5.1 million. So just considering the ones that have more than $5 million, that's like 8 million millionaires. And 1% of those, what's 1% of 8 million actually? Before I put a zero wrong here, let's just go with the 8 million times 0.01, that's 1%, 80,000. There is no collectible on Veve that has sufficient edition numbers for 1% of these beyond $5 million ones. So even if you would say we take only 10% of the 0.1%, you would still be 8,000, and most of the collectibles don't have that, right? So yeah. Also think about crypto, think about Ecomi, think about money coming in. In this top percentile, there are also the billionaires, obviously, which are way less, but there are still a lot of billionaires, right? So yes, what is realistically going to happen? People tell other people about those collectibles. In Veve, people tell other people about crypto. And we have seen millionaires and billionaires coming into crypto. Elon Musk is a billionaire. He's in crypto. So it's not unrealistic to assume that some of these people are playing their game. It's hard to imagine right now, but these people are going to come into the space. They are going to come. I'm going to quickly jump over this and answer some of the questions here. So Felipe says, where do you see the big resistance line in OMI? For me, the big resistance will be after the big run of the all-time high 1 cent. Yeah, it will be the all-time high in the long term, right? So quickly answering that, if you go into the weekly and you look at this, I think one of the biggest resistances will be during the run will be this here. At 008, because that is where we have been hitting our head several times, and where we saw a lot of profit taking in the relief rally of the last run. And I think this is going to be broken for sure, I think. And then there will be another one at the all-time high, somewhere around the all-time high or slightly below at 1.1 cent or something like that. And if we are going to breach that, then it's price discovery, right? So the big thing that Veve or that Ecomi needs to do is to coil up here into the halving, which here's the halving already, right? So this is what we want to see pre-halving. And then when Bitcoin pumps, there will be a little bit more sideways action, and then somewhere where Bitcoin has profit taking, somewhere here, we should see that massive parabolic run, right? And that could bring us to a target like this. That could be overshooting, we don't know, right? But this is what I want to see. Will it happen? Depends on the deliveries. Depends on the delivery of the team. But in my opinion, if they deliver on the within this after halving on all the utility for the OMI token and bring out massive brands and so on, I think that is not unrealistic to assume that we are going somewhere between 2 and 5 cents, somewhere like this, right? And then from there you'll have this massive somewhere something like this, right? This massive dropping into the next bear market for the Ecomi token. But yeah, something like this, it could be looking like, here full picture. Maybe we can come back at this in 4 years or so and see, oh, that was completely wrong. But yeah, that is how I see the resistance lines, and how it could be looking in the end. Then we also had Jordan says, I feel like something is coming soon. Ecomi posting every day. Yeah, very true. Probably the bronze ticket utility directly, because I mean they need to bring something that you can do with the MCP points, right? XR Marty says, this is my evening stream. Oh, that is great. So have a nice evening. Then probably no coffee time for you, but we are still enjoying, right? Jomi says, no, thank you for helping us. Hey, man, I hope everyone can get value out of this, and I really appreciate being able to do these live streams for all of you guys. Felipe says, I'm completely fine with the red area between 5 and 10 million. That you're being one of those. One of those. This one, yeah. Not so much talking. I mean, obviously, there will be there will be millionaires made, because as the saying goes, millionaires are made in a bear market. Means you are accumulating in a bear market and then taking profits in the bull. Um, I think there will be millionaires made in the next bull run out of Ecomi and Veve. I think so. I think so. Unless they completely completely fuck it up, and the project dies. But I don't see any scenario where this is happening at the moment, because it's going very well with the sales on the app. So speaking of which, I think we need to address something. So yesterday, Crypto Bro says yesterday, of the total VV market, trades were made by a single user, 8.5%, right? By single user, Bezogeman. And then I also pointed out very early, Bezogeman just minted number 50 mint VV Gold logo. And here we have it. Here we have the immuter scan for Bezogeman. We are going to look at the immuter scan here as well. But first of all, I want to show you the stats of Bezogeman. He or it, and with it I mean potential KYB company, is on a rampage. Look at that. Last stream, we had seen him breach 22,000 collectibles. Now we have Bezogeman adding another 1.1 thousand collectibles, going directly and straight to 23,000. He's not far away from accumulating almost 25,000. He has not only been purchasing low-cost collectibles, but he has really stocking up. Now, here's the thing. There are different theories of who or what Bezogeman is, right? My best guess, my bullish theory for Bezogeman is that this is a business or a venture capital or something like that, like an investment group that has this account. Now, there's some interesting things to this account. So this account exists already since before the migration to Immutable X. So this account is aware of everything that has been happening with Ecomi and Veve. That's the first one. The second one is, David Yu has mentioned on Randy's channel that KYB is not a functionality where you just fill in your data, but is going to be decided on a case-by-case basis. The third point is, so there could be already KYB done, and they just don't tell about this, because usually you don't have to disclose this if there are companies on Veve, right? So and buying collectibles. So they could have done KYB in Veve without our knowledge. The third thing is that David said that he doesn't know who Bezogeman is, but obviously maybe he just didn't want to disclose it, right? He doesn't know the person behind it, but knows that it's a group or of people or something like that. Anyways, they have received airdrop or mint, I don't know, I'm not sure. They have received a Veve Gold logo. They have been purchasing very scarce collectibles, and for me, this list is so important. This is why I pull this up almost every stream, because this is smart money. Bezogeman is smart money, right? Many of the whales here are smart money. So if they are accumulating big time in this bear market, I really want to at least check why. What are they seeing? What are these people seeing that I do not see, maybe, or that I do see, or what are they buying, right? So very, very interesting stuff here with Bezogeman going to 23,000 collectibles. He bought one of the 7 Aston Martins. He bought one of those He bought, I think he bought an MC1 comic, at least one. Taffy Jones is here. Good morning, everyone. P Sipes, check in a bit late. What up, PH? What is going on, man? So I hope you guys are all well. 41 people here. Can I ask you one more time? Please smash up the like button. 43 people. Oh my god, it's going crazy. This is usually only in the evening streams. What's happening, guys? I think we're back. We're back in the bull run, right? So I remember there were some morning streams with 6 of you, right? Felipe remembers that also, one of the veterans of those streams. So it's really, really crazy. Marty donated $5 as a super chat. They are seeing $10 owe me. Yes, maybe. That's Caval's to justify the $10 owe me, but never say never. You don't know how hard the burns will hit. Machankura says, yo PH, one of the 6. Yeah, exactly. Machankura, also one of the very few, or let's say the few, the proud, the hodl Marines. Right? Yeah. Semper Degen. I like that. So thank you, Marty, for that donation. Really appreciate that one. Mark D says, I don't understand this narrative that was imagined of Bezogeman representing a collective of some sort. We have all seen that one man with vision can invest heavily in. Yes, and that's absolutely right. I'm just saying it's a possibility. It doesn't have to be, because if you consider all collectibles together are like, what, 50, 60, maybe $70,000. That's not much money for some of these where is it in this pyramid, right? In these pyramids of millionaires, that's not much money for some of these. So you're absolutely right. This could be an individual. This individual is though silent. Yes, we don't know exactly who it is. Maybe we'll never find out. And yes, maybe the team doesn't know who that is. Just that they are holding up the market right now, right? So yeah, that could be a possibility. Let's quickly look at that wallet of Bezogeman. Actually, he's just buying. Wait a second. I'm on the right wallet, right? So so here we are on the Mutascan. For some transfers we know what it is, for some we don't. But he's just right now, 1 hour ago, he was buying again comics. And Yomi, thank you very much for the $1 super sticker. Thank you very much. Appreciate the flowers. So we see also here Woody, Zombie Hunter. It's actually, if you think about it, you can open your own NFT store within Veve technically. If you just accumulate enough of the cheap stuff and hold it back for the bull run, and then slowly sell it into the excitement. And maybe that's what he's doing, because if you look at it, we have here Zombie Hunter Spider-Man. I hope you can see this. There we go. I think that should be enough. Let me just see this one here. So thank you, Jomi, for the super sticker. I think it's a sticker. Love your live stream, bro. Thank you, man. Love you all that you're here. Really makes me happy to do this. Look at this, the thing, like buying the old stuff, Moon Knights. Look, if you are opening a store, that's how your buys look probably, right? Dog Ock, Alligator, animated. So that's the ultra rare or secret rare. I'm not quite sure. Deadpool animated. Deadpool comics. So he had a Deadpool run here. Maybe they're going like, okay, let's put in the search bar, what do we have for Deadpool? We need Deadpool in the store. Or this guy. Incredible Hulk uncommons. What else? Oh, here, Fantastic Four. Doctor Doom secret rare comic. Yeah. Snow globes from Coke. Chucky. So it's all over the place. This is why the theory is like an individual has usually preferences, but there's no real preferences. Like, oh, look at this golden moments, right? Disney stuff, then Marvel Age Annual, completely, without worth comic, technically. And it's just accumulation. It's less here and there. He probably looks where the price is cheap and then accumulates. Look at this. And also doubles, triples, 5, 10 of the comics. Also maybe maximizing MCP, we don't know. But there's someone really, really bullish. If we go through this list, this is all from within the last 8-9 hours that we're seeing right now. Look at this falling sun, rampage. So a lot of here, Ghost Rider, Secret Rare comic, a lot of commons. So yeah, very interesting stuff what Bezogeman is buying here. So definitely, I think we can leave this up for the coming streams to always see what he's buying, because he's even buying Tarzan comics. So he really wants to open up a comic store, it seems. So he's buying everything, man. Everything. There actually is a crypto NFT project named Bezoge. Maybe there is a connection, a team member. Yeah, I've pulled that up the first time on my stream. There is a crypto project, Bezoge, where you have like NFTs like the Bezoges, which I think there's breeding involved. It is somewhat linked to a metaverse, and there's also a guy. I think there is a Bezogeman on OpenSea as well. So it could be an NFT whale that is bullish on this Bezoge project, right? So yeah, definitely something to look at. It's always interesting what people are buying, especially what these actors are buying here. A lot of the Thor comics, more Fallen Sun, so all the cheap stuff, and then some randomly some big stuff in between, right? So we had seen the Secret Rare comics there, and some of these tokens are not. Some of these tokens here are not labeled, right, with a picture, so we don't see all of what he's buying. So older stuff, newer stuff. The Veve logo must be somewhere in there, from the mint or from the airdrop. So very, very interesting stuff is going on, in my opinion. And that is coming back to the topic of the stream. He is probably one of this pyramid. He's probably one of these people that has the full potential, that's bringing the full potential to, or showing the full potential. Because what happens if, as David Yu says, we have 20 of these? What happens if we have 20 of these people on the app that are all buying the dip, right? What is happening if there is someone else taking over everything, or someone that is completely putting Bezogeman, shadowing, dwarfing Bezogeman? Could you imagine what is happening if someone is dwarfing this guy? Sorry if the question is naive. Been a while since I followed Omi. What happens after reserve wallet is fully burned? Is there any way circulating supply is gonna come down? Yeah, actually it is. Shiv, good question. Actually, there is. Ecomi has just announced Ecomi Utility. So sorry for all of you who are already so deep into the meta, but we really want to pick up also the people that are now coming back or informing themselves about Ecomi. So if you want, you can have a look at the Ecomi Notion site, so the Ecomi token portal. They have launched the Omi Utility Program number 2, and part of this is the OUP tickets, which we expect to have next. So Ecomi has implemented one first step of utility right now, which is that you can put the Ecomi tokens within the Veve app and generate Master Collector Program points. Now, what you will be able to do in the next step is you will be able to buy tickets that gives you higher chances of achieving drops within the Veve app with OMI. And the OMI used on these tickets is going to be burned. So as the the Ecomi tokens are purchased on the exchanges, bridged to the Veve app, and then placed in the Veve wallet, that Ecomi comes from exchanges, therefore from circulating supply, and a part of this OMI is going to be burned just by the microtransactions for those tickets. So you see here the bronze tickets. Let's go over it. By burning $1 USD worth of OMI tokens based on the market price of OMI at the time of the transaction, you get this ticket, right? So again, let's pull up our calculator. So $1 of Ecomi divided by 0.001, let's say that's our price right now, is 1,000 OMI, right? So every microtransaction would just take out 1,000 OMI out of circulation, yeah, at 0.001. So if 30,000 people are buying just one ticket, right? That would be a 30 million. If 30,000 active users are buying one ticket at those, only one ticket at those prices from their OMI stack, that would be the equivalent of 30 million OMI moving to the Burn wallet. So that is really that is only one thing. So now, Shiv, if we are going to come here to let's see, where is it? The Master Collector program, I think. No, where is it? OMI Reward Tiers. So OMI Reward Tiers Season 0, you should read that. This is what has been implemented right now. There is an article. Let me try to find where the perks are. Is that? It should be here, but they have reduced the perks, I think. Yeah, it says here also bronze ticket up next. But where was the one with OMI to NFT and so on? Where was that? So there was a list of what is coming, and I don't know exactly where we have it, but nonetheless, there is going to be OMI to Gem, for example, crypto cash in and all that stuff. There are staking mechanics for like burn fees and breakage fees and so on for the Ecomi stack that is within the wallet. So yeah, Mark says, I love to see someone with conviction. It's great to see someone bringing in some money and just buying whatever they want. Yeah, it's really amazing, and it shows that the big potential of where this could be going, right? So yeah, that's what Bezogeman is really doing here, and these people also, they will not hesitate if Bezogeman is over or is into Master Collector program. Probably he has no problem in buying 10 million OMI and move it to the app, right? He will not, he or they will not have that problem, and they could do that easily, and they will also not have a problem in buying a ton of bronze tickets to increase their chances on the drops. So yeah, that is going to happen. Wow, 50 people in here. That's crazy. So yeah, really appreciate you guys here coming into the morning stream. So what else? So Shiv, great, thank you, man, for the 20 Australian dollars. So apparently Australia also, Jordan was here earlier, or is still here, I don't know, from Australia. So thank you very much for that donation of the 20 Australian dollars. I really appreciate it. And we are glad to have you back looking into OMI, Shiv. And we're excited about what's going to happen with Ecomi for the next bull run. By the way, I almost at looking at Bezogeman, we are also almost did not see that number 5 also bought 500 collectibles of the list, right? So even the and we still see our vault values trickle down, right? And what's so interesting is this is exactly the same thing that is happening in the crypto space, in the altcoin space. You know that video that I sometimes use of this whale, the real whale in the ocean that has this mouth open, and there are just a fish jumping in and out, and it's full of fish, and he's just sitting there with the mouth open for like 20-30 seconds, and fishes are jumping into their certain death and bringing in from outside into that big basin of the mouth, and at some point the whale just closes and moves to the side and tons of fish are gone. That's what happens in the space right now. That's what Bezogeman is just sitting there with the mouth open while everyone is just throwing comics for 1 gem or 2 gems on the market, and he's just grabbing it all, and at some point he will have filled his bags, move away, and the seller exhaustion will kick in at some point where people are not willing to sell anymore for those prices, and then the prices will go up, and there are many people that have cashed out at the very bottom of Veve, and then Bezogeman will just float with his mega stack through the space and slowly take profit once everyone else comes back. And it's like, oh, I have bought back into this at 5x the price. So just looked up PSIF, just looked up Bezogeman on OpenSea. He bought a ton of Bezoge NFTs with only a few other NFTs. The Bezoge NFTs are made from Zogi Labs. These are the same guys behind the Bezoge NFT game. So here's the big question. Either this is a guy that is bullish on the Zogi stuff, which is very likely, or it's someone from their team. Now, that would be interesting. Or it's someone from the team, and in the future, Veve will have to do something with Bezogi, or with the Zogi Labs. Who knows? Who knows? Mark says, fortune favors the bold. Yeah. P5 says, you can actually look up the team of Zogi Labs. Yeah, they are, I think they're doxed, right? So, or not doxed, but known to the public. I will look into that. Maybe we can pull it up tomorrow, because Bezogeman, I have a feeling, will make some headlines here in Veve still. Yeah, but that is it. Whales are buying. We see the full potential as we have outlined. In the broader crypto space, liquidity will come back at some time. I think what is right now the most important thing is stick to the game, be informed, look into everything that we have right now coming out. How does the utility look? How does Burns look? How could the future look? How much liquidity do we need for certain price targets and so on, and how much liquidity is actually coming into the space with the approval of Bitcoin ETFs, which is, I think, it's not a question of if, but just of when Bitcoin ETFs are coming, because there's no ground for the SEC to say you cannot do it, because they've already said that Bitcoin is a commodity, and if it's a commodity and there's a spot gold ETF, why shouldn't there a spot Bitcoin ETF? Now, with that liquidity of such mega trillion asset managers coming into Bitcoin, or already flowing into this, we have seen that there, for everyone, Bezogeman might be a big whale for us, but there was a whale in Bitcoin, which is more likely than not BlackRock, a wallet that has come from nothing and became the 3rd biggest wallet in Bitcoin, accumulating 3 billion worth of Bitcoin. Now that's some whale action, right? So obviously that doesn't mean that BlackRock is coming and buys Veve collectibles, but that also means that Bezogeman is still a smaller one of the whales that you can imagine. So yeah, have a good night, Andrew. See you tomorrow. And with that, I just want to end. Right now, it doesn't seem much, and right now, price action doesn't seem a lot, and right now, no one cares about NFTs and VV collectibles. But the time will come where everyone is going crazy about this stuff, and that's where we already want to have our bags packed. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to end the stream because I have to head out to work. But I really appreciate 50 people coming in here. I really appreciate you guys, Shiv, Yomi, and Marty for donating to me. I really appreciate that a lot. And I see you tomorrow. Make sure on your way out to subscribe, to smash the like button, to tick the little bell so that you don't miss the stream tomorrow. And I really, I see you tomorrow in at Crypto Morning Coffee. I'm excited, and wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. And I see you tomorrow at Crypto Morning